What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh yeah, guys. So we're going to be looking at trying to get to the higher tier armor than the eviscerator today. But before we do that, we got some other things that we need to do here. So we're going to be jumping right into the quest. So in the Zeta section, we've been kind of working with this the last few episodes. We're going to continue on with it today. So we need to do the eviscerator. I think this is a multi-tool from Quantum Flux. I'm not sure if it's just a weapon or if you can use it like a pickaxe. I've used this in the past, but honestly, I don't remember. So anyway, let's take a look at this thing. The eviscerator, where is it? Did I spell it wrong? E-V-I-C, E-V-I-S. I spelled it wrong. Eviscerator. Okay, so to make one of these, we need to make these different components, right? So we need the head of it, which is made from a diamond, 2 battlesuit plates, and a nether star. Let's go ahead and make these right now. So the battlesuit plates I already have set up on auto craft, so we need 2 of those. There it is. So we need to make the head component. There's that. Cool. And then we have to make 2 of these eviscerator rods. So that is 6 more battlesuit plates per item. So we need 12 of those, and then 4 diamonds and 2 gold nuggets. So let's make 12 of these. Those are requiring a lot of different things to be crafted to get these energized crystals. I did craft up some of this mystic quartz in preparation for this, and I have some ender crystals being crafted at the moment. But yeah, it looks like we still have to do some rubber and some raw plastics and so forth and so ons. But yeah, most of this crafting should go relatively quick. Oh, looks like it also uses a little bit of mercury too. You know what? It is having to craft some of these mystic quartz. I thought we had enough already pre-made, and I guess I must be mistaken. Unfortunately, we only have so many of these machines that can process this stuff. You know what? I'm going to, let's see, what can I do here? I think I can move that mystic quartz to the other one, and that might just work. What are those things called? Item fabricator. So if I move this to here, is that going to allow it to work? I don't know. It doesn't look like that is changing anything, does it? Let's cancel this. All right, so let's tell it to make the battle suit plate things. Again, we'll do 12 of those. Now it should just start crafting up right away, I think. Looks like it is crafting 11 of them, and we have 1 stored. Although those machines go super slow, I guess it'd probably be easier just to fly over there and look if it is making those things. Yeah, it looks like things are happening over here. Yeah, I really wish you could speed these machines up, but I really don't think there is any way to speed them up. They only go 1 speed. Huh. Yeah, pretty much the only way to speed this up is to make a whole wall of these, put the same recipe in multiple of them, so, and then like, hopefully the recipe gets split up evenly amongst all the machines. Yeah, that's too bad. I thought we had enough of those already pre-made. I guess I'm just gonna have to wait for those to craft up. Okay, so while those are crafting up, let's take a look at the next quest that we can't quite do yet, but I want to take a look at it with you. So battle suit armor. This is the power armor MK1. This is the quest. So we want to make the battle suit armor. So I was looking at this just a little bit ago before I started recording, and there's 2 different recipes, right? So we have the flux infused helmet that we have to put battle suit plates on. So I guess I'm going to have to make a lot more of that mystic quartz, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of that stuff. So we have this particular helmet that we can wrap it with this, or we can do a dark helmet. So the flux infused helmet is the eviscerator helmet with the flux armor plating. Flux armor plating is flux electrum nuggets, flux electrum, and flux crystals. Is that what these are called? I almost got a flux crystal. But anyway, that's a diamond plus redstone on it. So we can do all this crafting, or we can make a dark helmet, which is 5 dark steel. Yeah. Which way seems the easiest? Obviously, the dark helmet version. The chest plate is the one that's slightly different, though. We have to have a flux-infused jet plate or the dark solarium jet plate. We already had the flux-infused jet plate from previously. Yep, it's even charged up to 60 million RF, so I already have that one ready to go. So all we got to do is wrap that in some battlesuit plate, and then we can create the next one. The battlesuit leggings, similar. We can do these flux armor platings, or we can just do some dark steel. Obviously, we're going to do the dark steel, and same thing for the boots. We can do the flux armor plating, or just dark steel. So I I would say that we could craft all that stuff up, but is there a recipe to do that? No, I guess there's just a recipe, or I guess a quest to turn it into the battle suit. So we could start making some of these other pieces while we wait, since that isn't part of a quest as far as I can see. So let's grab some dark steel. Do this, we'll make, let's do the leggings, then we'll do a helmet, then we'll do some boots. Okay, so leggings. There's the dark leggings. Chest plate? No, wrong. Huh. Which one do we do next? I think I did this wrong. I put one too many things there, and that's kind of confusing me. So we were gonna do, oh no. I did one too many down there. That's the problem. Okay, so then we can do the helmet, and then we can do the boots. Man, I just messed everything up, didn't I? So there's the dark boots. So the chest plate we're going to make with the flux infused version. So this thing, I think that goes there, and then we fill in the rest of this with that. No, what do we do for this? Oh, that's right, it has to be the battle suit plate. Yeah, because these other ones, the dark helmet, yeah, we can just wrap with this stuff. So we have to wait for more of this battle suit plate to be made. I can only assume that's 24 more pieces of that. I'll just tell the system to craft up 24 more. It says we're missing titanium ingots. Now that's interesting. Titanium. So we have titanium here, and we have titanium here. This is Galacticraft. This is Quantum Flux. I don't remember how you get one versus the other. So if we smelt this stuff down, let's figure out what this makes. Or do we QED it? I don't remember. Titanium. Okay, so that is making the correct stuff. So battle suit armor. We wanted 24 more of these things. It looks like all is right with this. Okay, so we have to craft up 16 more of the Mystic Quartz. We're going to need 288 Mercury, which we already have available. Mangaloy has to be crafted. That's easy. Looks like all this stuff else is pretty easy. We just have to wait in that Mystic Quartz. So let's go ahead and tell the system to start that up. So while that's going, we should be able to work on the eviscerator and make 2 of these handles. So there's that. Oop, gold nugget. All right, there's that and that. Cool. All right, so now we got 2 of those, and there is an eviscerator. So that completes our quest for the eviscerator. Let's go back here. So that's going to give us a chance cube, a quarter of a heart, and then we could choose a loot chest. All right, so now we're back onto the power suit stuff. Now the eviscerator, it says mining level 10,002. Does that mean that it says attack plus 26, which is pretty good too. Our sword is 57, which is better, but I guess you can use this as a weapon and as a tool for mining, right? Oh, that's pretty nice. That is like instant mine, but our pick is instant mine too. I don't know. I don't know which one would be better to have. I guess we still have Silk Touch with this. I don't know if that's Silk Touch or not, but either way, both of those are quite nice to use. I don't really think we're going to get much use out of the eviscerator, though. I don't really see too much of a point at this point in the game to use it, but it's kind of cool to have anyway. So our chest, we get iron Paxel. How many of those have we gotten at this point? 6 of them? It feels like we've gotten so many of those. Okay, so we're waiting on the battle suit plates to be made. We have 14. I guess we could make our flux infused. We can make our first piece of battle suit chest plate. Cool. All right, so that's charging up. We also need to make the pants. We'll go ahead and do that one. So there's battle suit leggings, and we're out of this stuff. We gotta wait for the rest of it to be crafted. All right, well, let's go and wait for the rest of this crafting to happen, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, in just a short amount of time later, we have that completed. So let's go ahead and finish up creating these different pieces of the battle suit armor, and there we go. So there is all 4 pieces, and the quest is now complete. I did go ahead and make another one of these Mystic Quartz patterns. So I guess that's probably the better way of doing this. So when we need Mystic Quartz, I can split it up between both machines and it'll go twice as fast. Although we should probably make one for like these things, the Ender Crystals. Those also go pretty slow. And then there's all these other random ones. I don't know where those should go. Anyway, it just feels like we should have more item fabricators around to handle all those different things. So anyway, we have this all done. And we'll claim a loot chest. Now, I'm pretty sure this battlesuit armor at this state doesn't really do anything other than just provide protection. I don't think it has any special abilities until we do some other stuff. Zombie generator. I think we've gotten one of those before, right? Nope, never gotten one of those before. So nutrient distillation to make power, I think is what this thing. Yeah, we don't. That's like pretty early game stuff. I'm fairly certain. As the VCO chest plate. I don't know if we need that, but we'll stick that into the system for now. Okay, so anyway, let's continue on here. So the next quest wanted us to do needing an upgrade. So this wants us to craft 4 upgrade tokens. So we can't auto craft it, we have to do it manually. So upgrade token. So an upgrade token is made with the ZBQ-7 and another star. All right. So we need 4 of these to be crafted. I did craft up some of these ZBQs earlier. It had 12 of them, looks like. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 upgrade tokens. Quest complete. Nice. And that's just going to give us a loot chest and a chance cube. We can't choose anything other than those 2. So let's claim it. And the final quest here is the Power Armor MK2. All right, so this wants us to make the upgraded version of the battle suit armor. Right, so to make the shiny helmet here, we need the upgrade token plus a spider eye plus the battle suit helmet. That's very inexpensive, really. Well, inexpensive for the upgrades, I guess. Although this did take another star, right? And then that ZBQ thing, so maybe not. Maybe it's fine. It just feels inexpensive. So there's that. We want this one. This will give us flight. So we can put that there. Cool. We want this one. This one. This is going to give us strength, I guess. All right. And finally, I guess this will be feather falling, right? Momentum. Oh, okay. So speed. Cool. All right. So all of those have been made. Quest is complete. Power Armor MK2. We can choose a loot chest this time. Let's go ahead and do that. And that looks like that is it for this section, although we still have the imaginary time block to make, but those require the blocks of Gaia's Spirit, which we'll hold off on at the moment. We could do those now if I wanted to grind those out by hand, but I think we're going to just hold off for a little bit. Okay, so a tier 3 chance pendant, and we get a green miniature heart. We already had one of those previously, so there is a second one. Nice. All right, so this armor, let's go ahead and put that on. Just kind of get a feel for it, I guess. Take our ring of flight off. Actually, let's just put all of this right into here. So now we're flying using this armor. So it looks like it's pretty cool. It looks like it does affect your FOV a little bit, which I'm not a fan of. But you move pretty fast in this stuff. That's definitely faster than what we've been moving before, so that's nice. Jump is the same. Okay, so here we go. Speed 3, haste 2, strength 2, water breathing, and night vision. So that's a lot of good buffs that you get out of this armor. I like it. Yeah, and the speed 3 is nice. I just wish it didn't affect the FOV. Okay, so if we look at this and we go to uses on one of these pieces, we can now upgrade this to the next tier, which is the Wyvern stuff. We just need to get the Wyvern core and the Wyvern energy cores. So I don't know if I ever made patterns for this stuff. Let's take a look. Do we have patterns for this? Yes, we do. So another thing I'm also kind of concerned with upgrading this armor. I'm not sure if there's quests later on. Oh, we unlocked the Lambda section. I'm having a problem with this quest book. As I scroll down, it auto scrolls back up, or at least tries to, like every second. So now I can click on that, and then it scrolls back up. Yeah, here we go. Here's a Draconic Evolution section. So there, it looks like there is a spot here for Wyvern armor. Okay, so I don't want to craft that other stuff unless this is just like a retrieval task and not a crafting task. But yeah, we just unlocked this section, so this is nice. So we have the Kappa section, which is, if I remember correctly, this is, yeah, all of the Project D stuff. Yeah, Project D. Then the Lambda section that we have is the Draconic Evolution stuff. Oh my goodness. This thing. Just let me click. I don't know what's wrong with this book, but this is very frustrating that like every second it just like bounces back up. Why would it do that? I don't know. Okay, so let's check out this one. Evolution. This wants us to have a retrieval task. 64 draconium ingots. Done. Okay, so that was really difficult. You know what? I'm going to take this armor off because I think we're going to be using that here pretty soon to upgrade. We'll go back to our other stuff that auto feeds us, and I think just works fine for now. I'll put this armor over here on the armor stand. We can look at it in all of its glory. It is kind of cool looking. All right, so that is now complete. We get a loot chest for this. So that unlocked like all of these different things. My goodness. So Reapers, this wants us to have 4 mob souls. Easy. We have like a bunch of these different souls. Which one? Let's do these. Is that gonna work? There it is. Okay, so quest complete. I will choose this loot one. Charge wants us to have 4 draconium charge blocks. We don't have those available right now, but we can go and craft those. Yeah, we have that set up so it can put those directly into our capacitor bank down there and charge those up. So that is pretty easy. All right, so that one's done. Choose a loot chest for that one. Draconic staff of power can't quite do. Wyvern armor we can do. So this is a crafting task. Okay, so I was gonna jump ahead and do that all at that point in time. I'm glad I did not, because then we'd have to go through and do all of that armor crafting again. That would have sucked. So the Wyvern stuff, I believe we needed 4 of those, and then we also needed, let's just take a look here. So to craft these, we also need the Wyvern energy cores, which I don't think we have. All right, so let's make a pattern to make a Wyvern energy core. So we need a Draconic core, and we needed something else for this. What was it? We needed the Draconic core and then redstone blocks. Okay, so now we should be able to say, I guess shift click that in there and tell it to make these whenever we want to. Okay, so let's find, okay, we don't have a spot for it. I was gonna say let's find those things and stick it all together, but I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll just put it right here next to the thermal evaporator stuff that we made previously. So Wyvern energy cores, we'll make 4 of those. Cool. And I think that's about it. So if I shift click that, yeah, now all we gotta do is just put the armor in its spot, and then we can craft that up. So there is Wyvern helmet, Wyvern chestplate, Wyvern leggings, and Wyvern boots. Quest complete. Nice. Okay, so this is all done. We will choose a loot chest. All right, so awakened draconium. Oh, this wants us to have all the different things to spawn in a dragon, including a heart. Okay, we don't have a heart. So in order to do that, we will have to spawn another dragon to get a heart. That's fine. Is there any other like easy things we can do here? Upgraded evolution, an upgrade modifier. Upgrade modifier is very simple. Okay. So we need a Draconic core. That's like the hardest part, and all of that stuff is ready to go. So there's an upgrade modifier. So the upgrade modifier is an item where you can put a piece of armor or like a tool in, and you can add these different modifiers to beef it up. Right now, I don't think we're going to do anything with this Wyvern stuff because I believe we're going to upgrade that to the Draconic stuff. But in order to upgrade that to the Draconic stuff, we need the extreme crafting table and a lot of the awakened draconium, I believe. Draconic, I was gonna search for like Draconic chestplate or whatever. We can just look for this. So Draconic helmet, for instance, yeah, it requires a neutronium. It requires the awakened draconium, the Wyvern helmet, yep, and then these awakened cores. I think they're all relatively the same. So we just need a lot of these neutroniums, the extreme crafting table, and Yeah, all the other pieces. So the neutronium ingots, this is interesting. We need the pile of neutrons, so we need the neutron collector. This is from Avaridia, I think is how you pronounce the mod name. I might be wrong. In order to make this, we have to do extreme crafting. So there's like quite a lot of stuff that we have to do in order to get this. This requires the vibrantium ingot, by the way. That's the ingots that we made out of the mob souls of the villager. All right. We need plutonium. So before we can even do this, we need to do big reactors, at least a little bit. A lot of these other things are pretty easy to do. Dark cloud blocks, I think you can get from the end, just the clouds that are there. Compressed dark iron, that's easy. Crystal matrix, that is some nether stars and diamond. That's pretty easy. Flux crystal blocks, we can make those. Crystallized redstone, we can craft those automatically. And we can make the vibrantium. So the hardest part of this is we need the plutonium, which we don't have yet. And then the solar neutron activator, which I believe, yeah, HDPE sheets. So this is mechanism stuff. So we need HDPE pellets, which comes from the PRC, the pressurized reaction chamber, with liquid ethylene plus oxygen. We know how to get oxygen. We don't know how to get liquid ethylene. That is made with ethylene in a rotary condensator. Ethylene is gotten from another pressurized reaction chamber with biofuel, hydrogen, and water to make substrate. It's like such a crazy chain to get all this stuff done. Maybe the first thing we should do before we look at like doing any of these other things, if we get the dire crafting table made, we can start looking at getting into these other recipes. This requires awakened core, which is going to take 16 awakened draconium. We have 6 blocks plus 5. Yeah, I guess, I did want to set up more of the awakened stuff in the last millennium so we can collect more nether stars, but I guess we can do that later. So we needed 16 of the awakened stuff. Okay, so there's that. So we need 4 of these awakened cores. Let's make these right now. 1, 2, what is it doing? I would have thought that we'd had everything together for that, but I guess not. So there's that. We need a double compressed crafting table. We will make this. That's just got to make a lot of crafting tables in order to make that thing. Okay, so there's a double compressed crafting table. We need 8 crystal matrix. We don't have a recipe for that. Let's go ahead and craft, or I guess make a recipe for these. I think we need to make these for later. What am I missing here? Oh, the diamond lattice. So we need 4 of those. Okay, so we can put those here and then we can make the crystal matrix ingot. So the diamond lattice, yeah, we have that over here with all of the draconic evolution stuff. There's no more space for that thing there. So let's just find another spot to put it. How about right here next to the wyvern energy core? That seems fine with me. So we needed how many of those? We need 8 crystal matrix. All right, so there's that, the awakened, the double compressed, the crystal matrix, and then finally, we need an ME controller. Really? Okay, so we need the concentrated cloud seed, which I've tore down all those machines. We have 62 of these buckets of stuff remaining. Let's grab 2 buckets full of the concentrated cloud seed. Probably could start doing liquid auto crafting through applied energistics, but for right now, this will work. All right, so we have that done. We need the machine frame, this guy. This is going to take a minute to craft up, but we do have everything available to craft those up automatically. So I'll start that up now. Let's see, what else do we need here? The skystone block and then pure fluix. That's pretty easy. We have that in auto craft. I'll just tell it to make like 100 of those. And then the skystone block. Oh, you know what? We already have those made. Yeah, the last time, I don't know if I showed you guys this. I did fill out the controller down here. Our ME controller multi-block. I made all the parts for this thing now. And I guess when I made this, I did make a little bit extra of that sky stone. That's why we had some of that stuff. But yeah, that's completely done. So as we need more channels, we have plenty of room to do more P2Ps and all sorts of stuff like that around the bottom. None of those blocks are being used at all. But yeah, I did want to get that controller completely filled out so we could remove the different machines that we had over here. the vats, the two of the vats over there. Yeah, I wanted those gone just to clean up the place just a little bit. All right, so I guess we're done. I didn't think that was going to be done just yet. We are done. Okay, so there's the enemy controller. Cool. So now we can take this over here to our assembly table and just throw these different components in there. And a dire crafting table is going to take a while. How much RF does that take? 8 million RF? Well, that's not like super long now that all the lasers have turned blue, but it's still going to take a minute. Anyway, let's wait for this to happen. We'll be back, guys. And it just finished. All right, so here's our dire crafting table. So yes, this is going to be the very start of our 9x9 crafting experience. It's kind of cool looking. It's got a nice animated texture to it. This is what it looks like. I don't think you can shift click into it. You have to drag each item in there and place it manually. You cannot look at a recipe, and there's no little question mark to shift click, so you can't have stuff in your inventory and auto place it in here. Everything has to be placed in by hand. Now, there is an upgraded version to this. I believe there's an auto dire crafting. I think there's an dire auto crafting table is what it's called. That's from WYVERN add-ons. Okay, so this one is similar to this crafting one, except it has another crafting grid on one side or the other. I don't remember how it works. And you can set patterns for it, right? So like it's got a spot where you dump all your items in, and you got a pattern, and if it can craft it, it will craft it. That way you can dump items in automatically and auto craft things. I don't know how much use we're going to get out of that, but this is what it's looking like. So it requires neutronium large plates. Now you guys remember the neutronium is like all of those little tiny piles into the nuggets, into the ingots, and then we need 8 ingots to turn into one of these. So this gets quite expensive very fast. It requires infinity ingots, which is those crystal matrix ingots, more of these neutronium stuffs, and then the infinity catalyst, which is like all of this nonsense. Yeah, it's going to get kind of crazy with all these different recipes that we're going to be doing here pretty soon. But for right now, oh yeah, this recipe also requires a regular dire crafting table to be made for it. Yeah, for right now, I don't think we're going to be worrying too much about this. I think there might be a recipe or a quest later on that requires us to craft this. Otherwise, we'll just do it just to do it, so we can craft one of at least every single one of these crazy different items. Looks like there are 77 different extreme crafting recipes in this mod pack. Actually, there's 5 more additional, I guess, the shapeless version. It's shapeless. You don't have to put these in any specific order. Yeah, so there is a lot of different recipes that we can make, and I would like to look at making each and every individual one of these recipes. Wait, what? All these different chests? What is this chest? That's a compressed chest from WYVERN add-ons, or from the add-ons. Okay. I'm not sure if I've ever made one of those before, but that looks pretty interesting. All right, so we got like Botania flower, got a smiley face thingy. That's the bolt, I think. I have to turn off any iron in order to hover over this. Yeah, infinity tool rod. Okay, you can make the infinity pickaxes, but that requires the infinity stuff, which is like all of this. Anyway, you guys understand, like we're getting close to the point where we can start looking at some of the end game stuff. But we're still not quite there. So it's still going to be a little bit of time in order for us to do all this kind of stuff that we need to do. But guys, we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. We finally got through all the quantum flux quests. We have well, I guess there's still the imaginary time block. We have all the mechanism ones done, which is pretty amazing. We're going to have to be looking at big reactors. That's something I'd like to look at here pretty soon so we can start upgrading our power supply. I mean, our Nether Star generators that we have over here are working just fine, but they have killed me. They're not easy to work around. And yeah, like we have to make a separate area to put those things effectively. For right now, I'm not really hanging out over here in the pneumatic craft area, but when I do have to and those generators kick on, it's quite annoying. I think we will be much better off with the big reactors, in my opinion anyway. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.